Thanks, Emily. Well, it is Monday morning. That means it's time to check in with Dax from TMZ. Now, Dax, you want to get right into it because everyone is talking about Donald Sterling's coming up interview with Anderson Cooper. It seems that TMZ cameras caught Anderson Cooper coming out of Sterling's home. We don't have much information on what was said, but what can we expect from this interview?
Well, I think this, Anderson Cooper obviously got the big get here. Barbara Walters got to talk to V. Stiviano, but that is nothing compared to actually getting Donald Sterling himself. We know this interview will air tonight at 8 p.m. on CNN with Anderson Cooper, but we hear that, from this interview, it sounds like Donald says he feels that he got set up, that him and V, he thought he had a real relationship going, that she really, truly liked him, and but now he's looking back saying that he feels like he was used the whole time. So it'll be interesting to hear the whole interview, I think, obviously, but I think he feels like he was very much taken advantage of throughout this whole relationship with V.
Now, staying on that same train of thought, it seems like Donald Sterling is also having some difficulty with his plans to sue the NBA. What's happening with this one?
Yeah, I can't find a law firm. It looks like at least 8 law firms have already rejected him as a client. He's been trying to find any law firm that will help him take on this case against the NBA, but for a lot of people, they just claim that he's toxic. That, obviously he's already involved in a huge controversy, and a lot of these law firms are not wanting to take him on board because then you start to alienate your other African-American clients, and for a lot of people, it's not worth it to them. But the real interesting part that we added into the story is the fact that a lot of these law firms, some of these lawyers have reached out to Sterling throughout the years to be like, hey, can you hook me up with tickets? I would want to go to a game, this and that. And now when the tides are turned, suddenly now no one wants to touch him.
All right, well, I want to take that word toxic you used and use that to segue into our next story because we're talking about Britney Spears. It seems like she has had a lot of success in Hollywood, in Las Vegas at Planet Hollywood, and is extending her contract there. How many more years can we expect to see Britney Spears in Vegas?
Yeah, well, they are very close to signing a deal to extend her contract for another 2 years. That means she would go through Christmas of 2016, and apparently she's doing great. The numbers have been awesome. They've been selling out every single night that she performs, and it's honestly a pretty good gig for her because it's not like she has to be there every single night. She has to be there on certain weekends, that kind of thing, but they are very pleased with her. They're very pleased with the numbers, the ticket sales, and everything, so that sounds like it'll be another deal for another 2 years at $12 million. So not bad money for Miss Britney Spears.
All right, Dax, thank you so much for joining us here on this Monday morning. And as always, if you'd like a little bit more information on all of the Hollywood news and gossip, you can watch TMZ right here on CW23.